Hey yo, what's going on everybody? It's Tylarious, aka Ty Killington. Yeah, man. Alright, today's video we're going to be going over the performance and the customization of the Benny's vehicles that have been offered in the new Summer Special DLC, okay? Now, with this particular video, I won't be focusing too much on the performance because, I mean, let's face it, a lot of these vehicles aren't going to be some of their, they won't be competing in their classes, but we do go over a few things with these vehicles. All right, make sure you watch all the way to the end because there is a lot of content, a lot of stuff to go over. There's a lot of good stuff that you guys need to know. All right, so I'm going to show you all the prices of the vehicles up front. The Gauntlet, $615,000. The Bravado Youga, $195,000. The Benefactor Glendale is $200,000. The Declasse Yosemite is $485,000. The Vapid Peyote is $38,000, and the Albany Manana is $10,000. All right, and we'll go over what the actual upgrade prices are as well. $615,125 for the Manana. All right. So once you do that, it turns it into a Benny's lowrider where you have the hydraulic options. That's going to be one of the key things for this vehicle. Now, because there's so much content, because there's so much customization and so much stuff to go over, I'm going to speed this up a little bit quicker. But you guys will basically get the gist of all this. You'll see, a lot of you know what the Benny's vehicles are already, and you're still going to be able to catch some of the upgrades and things like that. Obviously you can see the hydraulics, the pumps, you can see the interior. You know what that whole entire concept is. So I wanted to kind of save you, some time and not waste everybody's time, but still show you some of this content and detail that these vehicles do offer. Because, I mean, I love Benny's vehicles. I think that every car should have a Benny's variant, or at least the majority of them. There should be a lowrider. It should be a conversion to off-road. It should be a conversion to a different type of sports car or supercar. And we see that in this video with these vehicles, okay? And that's really cool. I think it's very important to understand that. So we're going through the liveries right here with the Manana, and this is one of the cars I was saying for years that should be in Benny's, and ask and ye shall receive. We have it now. This is a sick car to have as a low, to have as a lowrider. I love it. It's just, it's really nice to be able to see this, and you have so much customization. The sound system, the hydraulics, the paint schemes, the Benny's rims. I mean, it's really cool. It's nice to have that, and especially when you're dumping, $1 million into a vehicle, and it's not going to be one of the best in its class for performance. All right. So as we come out here, I went with the crew color, the lavender purple, the gold Dayton triple spoke rims on the Dayton spokes with the TriStar on there with the white walls. It's clean. I love it. Sounds good, looks good. Now, for the cars that have hydraulics, to engage the hydraulics, I get a lot of questions about that. A lot of people say, hey, Ty, how do you do the hydraulics? It's real simple. Just hold X, and when you hold X, it'll engage the hydraulic pumps, and you just flick your left joystick up or down or left or right. All right, and that'll kind of hit your switches side to side, all that good stuff as you see right here. And when you time it correctly, you can really make it hop. It's really, really cool. It's such a nice feature to have in GTA 5 Online. We've had hydraulics in cars all the way back since GTA 3, so that's pretty cool. Now, as you see right here, I'm going to do a top speed straight line test. Nothing crazy. Coming in at 1 minute 34 seconds. It's, again, it's what it is. These are not designed to be performing vehicles, right? So next up, we have the Bravado Youga Classic. It's in the Vans class. This van right here, I love it, and then it really pisses me off. Look at this. The conversion, it turns it into a 4x4, is over $850,000. Let me say that again. The conversion to turn this into a 4x4 is over $850,000. However, this van has some of the coolest customization I've ever seen in a vehicle. All right, we'll come up on that in just a minute here. The liveries are dope. It's really, really cool. But I'm going to show you a few things here in just a minute that really pisses me off with this vehicle, and Rockstar needs to fix this. This vehicle is broken. If this is what they intended it to be, the vehicle is broken. But check this out with the customization. In the back of the van, you can put in a TV, a table, a mini fridge, bottles of wine and booze. You can even put a little bed back there. I mean, this is crazy, and I'll show you why in just a minute. This van, I mean, come on, dude. The van is actually, we have to get to the liveries first, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. But yeah, there are some issues with this van, all right? Now, with the liveries, as you see right here, it is actually a Love Fist. This is like a band van, right? This is the band, or this is the van that the band would take to go tour in, and all their groupies would pile up. That's why you have, a bed back there. You can put in some velour, some booze, all that crazy stuff. And I like that. That's pretty cool. All right. Now, with these vehicles, you know me, when I customize these and they add these extra lights, right, the KC lights or the fog lights, a lot of times they do not work. So I wanted to make sure I tested those with all these vehicles, and there's some good and bad news with that. But even with the, you can add all these speakers and TVs in there, and you can add all that together, which is really, really cool. So some of the best customization I've seen for these vehicles, that's very unique. I haven't seen that any other vehicle out there. If there is, let me know in the comments down below. All right. All the lights work. I mean, we have, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, like 14 lights on that. That's cool. So I really, really appreciate that. This is what really pisses me off, though. I spent over $850,000 to turn this into a 4x4 van, right? This vehicle is so underpowered. The front tires don't even engage. There's no power to the front tires. It is not a 4x4 vehicle. I'm not sure if Rockstar intended that or what, but it is, and you can't even make it do a burn. If you go like push the van up against like a fixed object and just floor it, the tires won't even spin. None of them. The rear, the front, nothing. So don't buy the Youga unless you don't care about that and you just want the bed in the backup because you're a creeper. It's all good, all right? If you're trying to start your own band, whatever. But yeah, it's broken, not good. All right, next up we have the Peyote, $412,300 for the conversion. Another vehicle that I have been saying needs to be in Benny's. It's already a Lolo, and it did not disappoint. It looks beautiful. I love this vehicle as a Benny's lowrider. The engine compartment looks really nice. It's got a lot of really cool stuff to it. And of course, you have your hydraulics there with it. Your exhaust options. We're going through here with some of your stock, the hood options as well. You can put the blower on there, which is really nice. And remember, the blowers now, they are interactive. They will open up, which is really nice to see that. The interior looks mint. I love that the old school dash on there looks really, really good. You can make it look really nice on the inside. Now, remember though, with these cars, they are designed to be show cars. So the performance is going to be, what you would expect. So that's what I stressed that, okay? So I'm not really showing lap times, all these. I mean, in each of these, their respected classes, there's cars that just dominate. And, but there is one that we'll take a look at here in just a minute, and I'll show you guys that. But yeah, I mean, it's just such a beautiful car. It looks so good. I love the over-under headlights. That's really nice. We're going through the roofs right now. You can chop the roof off. You can put the cheetah, the zebra print, add in your subwoofers in there in the back. I mean, come on, dude. It's just so nice. I love it. With mine, I went with the white pinstripes on top of the black. The wheels to match. The white underglow. I mean, that's just, oh, God, so, I love it. It's great. All right, so we do a top speed straight line test. Comes in at 130. What you would expect, again, from these vehicles. It's nothing. It's not the worst times I've seen. Definitely not the best, though, obviously. All right, next up we have the Glendale, the Benefactor Glendale, and the sedans. And, of course, we all know that the sedans are owned by the Shafter V12. I think is going to dominate. It would drop $345,800 on the upgrade. Now, there are discounts this week, so keep that in mind. If you're watching this video in a couple weeks from now, those prices may be a little bit different, but you get the gist of it. Again, what you'd expect. I didn't see the Glendale coming in as a Benny's lowrider, but I didn't see some of the Primo and the minivan that they brought in last time. So it's all good though, no big deal. Got the interior options right here. Your stock or your dial options, steering wheel, all that. Of course, I always go with the chain link. I always go with the grenade gear shifter. Got to have that. Throw in some speakers in the back right there. Looks really good. Get your lights all set up. Now, with this one, you got the rusty patina kind of look to it. You got the flames. I wanted to keep it minimal and simple. I went with the pinstripes on mine. You can add luggage on top, which is really cool. I like that too. That's always fun. I think you could do that with the stock version without the Benny's upgrade. All right. Doing the sound system in the back. Looks really nice. I like the design on that. They did a really good job with that, to be honest. I like that a lot. I went with the powder blue, the baby blue on there. Looks clean. Rims to match. Just keep it minimal, simple, right? With the hot pink for the lights and the speakers and the underglow. Again, comes in roughly 130. Nothing. It's not going to smoke. Nothing. I mean, if you want to race all those cars together, you could probably do that. But that's going to be very rare to find people doing that. All right, the Declasse Yosemite. All right. It comes in as a muscle class vehicle. When you go through the conversion, it actually turns it into an off-road vehicle. All right, the Yosemite Rancher for 465,500, and baby, that's what I'm talking about. That looks nice right there. Now listen, Rockstar, I was getting on to you yesterday about this with the Jeep, the Cherokee, the Seminole, right, the Frontier. This is much better. We still got a lot of work to do, okay? I would still love to see the ability to lift the vehicle up instead of just drop them down. And those tires are much better. However, I would still like to see different options in size tires. You have different size tires for the Sand King, for the monster truck, and for the trophy truck, right? Your Baja trucks. Those should be able to be used and attached to any one of the off-road vehicles or some of the SUVs that we want to do that with. I think that's important. I think that'd be really cool. You also have a different type tire for the donks, right? So I know you guys can do this. You can put this in there and you can really get it to where it needs to be. And then give us an option instead of dropping the vehicle to lift it up. I think that's something very simple, very easy you guys could do, and that would make a lot of people in the community happy. Again, I'm not even a big, off-road trucking kind of guy, but I love off-roading in this game. There is so much land out there. There's so many mountains, so many cool trails. GTA 5 Online actually has a beautiful landscape where you can go take some cool off-road vehicles and go do some, have a lot of fun off-roading. I know with my crew, we've had several off-road excursions, and they are a blast. We spend hours just cutting through the sides of mountains and on trails and stuff like that. It is a lot of fun, but, we're limited to vehicles that can really traverse and get through the terrain, and a lot of them just can't go certain, areas because you just don't have the raw power. And that's the case with a lot of these trucks. But can we just take a minute and just look at the customization of the Rancher? This thing looks amazing. It's beautiful. I love it. This is a fantastic job on this vehicle. By far one of my favorites of the DLC. It sounds good. It looks good. And we'll see here in just a minute. It performs pretty nice as well. There's still a few areas where I think there could be improvements, but this is definitely a step in the right direction. Absolutely. This looks really, really nice. So in regard to its performance, we'll take a look at that here in just a minute. I put the snorkel on there. I added the lights. Now, listen, I don't think the snorkel is actually effective at all in any of these vehicles, but we'll talk about how it handles water in just a minute. And yeah, all the lights work on the light bar, the KC lights. They look really cool. I like that a lot. Please do not put any carbon fiber on this vehicle, all right? Top speed, what you'd expect now. The muscle version is going to be better performing than this guy. But remember, it gets converted from muscle into off-road. Now, again, because it doesn't have those larger tires, it doesn't have that ground clearance, it can get over some obstacles, but it does struggle, as you see right here. We're about to hit the rock wall and see how it does on that. And this is exactly what I'm talking about. Because we don't have those larger tires, because we don't have that ground clearance, it does make it more difficult. But because this vehicle does have more power, especially the power to the front tires, which you need to have, way better than the Seminole, you're able to, to manage this rock wall here. I try another approach. Now, I do cheat at the end. I have a little cheat spot that you can use. But as you see right here, it does have some promise. But because of those smaller tires, the lower ground clearance, it is a longer wheelbase, you get hung up. But I take a little cheat route right here, and we get over. But, that's exactly what I'm talking about. It definitely is better in some regards, but we still need to see some more improvements in that aspect, all right? Pretty cool. And because it doesn't just have that raw power that some of the other vehicles have, I could take a Zentorno and scale this no problem at all. I could do it on an off-road situation. I know this is just like a flat road, but I could take this up Mount Chiliad. I could take a Zentorno up Mount Chiliad, no problem at all. An off-road vehicle that's designed to do that will struggle. So that's kind of the love-hate relationship you have with it. So, but it still looks really good. It does perform. It does get up there. It's not as good as some of the other off-road vehicles that I've tested, but it is better than a good amount as well. The downhill assist and the braking, I've seen better. Nothing too crazy though, nothing you can't work with. It's all right. Going through water, now listen, again, I don't think the snorkel matters. I did not try this without the snorkel, but I've done testing with and without snorkels before in vehicles. And I think it really just depends on the vehicle itself. It does have a lot of, it's got a lot of durability underwater. You can kind of cut through. Just don't stay underwater too long. Just keep on moving. As soon as the tires kind of lose traction, you're going to be, you'll destroy your vehicle though. But pretty good though. It's better than a lot of vehicles that I've tested underwater. Next up is the Gauntlet Classic. It turns it into the Gauntlet Classic Custom. Over $540,000 for the conversion. And as you see right here, this turns it into the Richard Petty Dodge Daytona Superbird, right? This is the Dodge Charger Daytona. Yeah, it's the Superbird. That's pretty cool. I like that. So we'll go through here. It does not turn it into a Benny's lowrider, thank goodness. All right, that's not what this car is designed to do or to be. They're going for that Superbird look, which is really cool. This is the if anybody follows NASCAR, I'm not a real big NASCAR guy, but I mean I I live in the United States, so you know about it. You know a little bit. At the very least, there's certain iconic figures in NASCAR and people that you know about. You know Earnhardt, you know Junior, you know Gordon, you know what I mean? You know Richard Petty, you know Richard Petty Blue, you know his Superbird. These are just things that you know, okay? If you don't, then just pack your balls up and get the hell out of here. But anyways, my bad. I digress. But yeah, so you got, that's the livery right there. The number 36 livery is the one you want to use. That's the one that closely or most closely resembles Richard Petty's for his Superbird. But it's really cool. I like it. It's very nice. And there is some performance differences and changes that this car will have once you convert it over to the custom classic, right? Or the classic custom, excuse me. So, and we'll go over that here in just a minute. But it looks really nice. I love the way this looks. Very, very clean. I mimic mine after Richard Petty's NASCAR Superbird. Got the Richard Petty blue on there. Even got the darker colored wheels to match. I mean, come on. So, this is what I'm talking about. The top end speed actually is really good on this vehicle. Straight line top speed comes in at 119,553. To put that into perspective, that is actually faster in a straight line than the Pisswasser Dominator. All right? The Dominator comes in at 120.988. That's quite impressive. Now, it's not as fast as the Hellfire. The Hellfire beats them both, coming in at a 118.787. Okay? But this is where it kind of falls apart. The vehicle just doesn't have very good traction. As you see right here, almost every turn I take, I'm losing traction on the outside or the inside tire. As I turn, the weight shifts, right? And I just start to lose traction right there. So, and when you see tire marks on the ground, you are losing speed. You're losing time. That's really what that equates to. So these cars are amazing. I can't believe the video's done. We're done now. Oh my God, I've just been talking the whole time. Guys, thank you so much. This has been a blast. I've been testing these cars, going over for days now, and you guys have really been enjoying these. You've really been digging these. I really do hope they help. I hope that you get to see what these are before you spend the money. Let me spend the money, right? So we found out some really cool stuff, and this has been a blast. Thank you all so much for coming out of the video. Make sure you subscribe to my channel for the Ills and Reels content, the game. Smash that like button. We'll see you in the next one, all right? Peace out. Yeah.